I mean, we grew up in PA, so you've obviously like been on it, but
very little, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the only time I've really been on the Appalachian Trail was like that little, what is it? The Sunfish Pond, right?
Yeah.
That was called Sunfish Pond, and then Peace Rock is on.
Well, we went camping the night Club Dry.
Oh, that's on the Appalachian Trail? Yeah.
You guys don't know about Club Dry.
That was fun.
That was fucking sick as shit. We went camping one time. This beautiful fucking camp spot off of the Appalachian Trail. It like overlooks like these big rolling hills. And if you're familiar with the Appalachian Trail at all, like not like you've hiked it, but if you even know anything about it, you know that they call Pennsylvania Rocksylvania. That's its nickname, Rocksylvania. And people say you need like a pair of hiking boots just to get through the Pennsylvania section. It's because it's covered in fucking jagged, shitty rocks. It's not good hiking.
Yeah, you get to just look down at your feet and make sure you don't twist your ankle for fucking weeks.
Yeah. So in the section that we are in, there's a lot of rocks, some big, like, you know, big boulders, and then others just like whatever. So there's this camping spot, but there's nowhere to really, there might be a slight place to put like a tent, but
tiny tent,
one
person.
But
like,
you can put hammocks because there's lots of trees. So we went camping and fucking we hung our hammock over top of these rocks, and it was gonna rain. So we only had one tarp. So
because David was prepared.
Because I was prepared and Karl was not.
No.
Yes.
I never had a tarp, and I made that very clear before we went camping. And the plan was always for us to set our hammocks up as bunk beds.
So
okay?
So we set our hammocks up as bunk beds, right? One is hung here in the tree, and the next is hung here in the tree, and then one tarp could cover the both of us. Now, that was sick. It started to rain, and then we would go in there, and we're like, holy shit, we called it Club Dry, and it was fucking amazing. Now, remember when I said there's a lot of rocks, and you had to have a hammock? Well, our friend Colin, who you've seen on this podcast, he hung his hammock. He got there first. He hung his hammock up in between two trees.
As one does.
And his fat ass sits down in this fucking hammock, and it, like, sags. And then these hammocks they're backpacking hammocks, so they're very thin. And it rubbed up against one of these jagged rocks, and there's this micro cut just got in it. And then when that happens, when you add the weight of Mr. McCann, it just completely splits, and Colin ends up on the ground. So
Colin has nowhere to sleep.
Colin has nowhere to fucking sleep. He goes, all right, my only option is to drink this entire bottle of Pink Whitney so I can fall asleep on these rocks.
So I can sleep anywhere.
So the night commences. Karl gets absolutely obliterated, as one does when you're camping on the Appalachian Trail. Gets absolutely obliterated. Colin, equally, if not more obliterated, but apparently Colin just has better footing than Karl.
I think I have a scar. You can't really see it, but
it's so dangerous. Like, do not try this at home. Like, there's jagged rocks everywhere. Karl fell and like smashed his elbow.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. At one point, he goes to me and he just like kind of grabs me. He's like, "You have to take the top bunk. There's no way I'm getting in." I was like, "Of course."
It's like, help me.
So Karl, completely hammered, gets into a swinging. We get him into a swinging hammock under Club Dry. We're cozy. We're good to go. I'm in the top hammock. I'm cozy. I'm good to go. It's raining. Colin has no hammock, but I was kind of drunk too, and Colin was just like, "You know what, dude? I'm just gonna sleep in Club Dry on the basement floor." You know, so he's just in the dirt.
He's in between two boulders. There's enough room for him not to sleep on his back, but to get sideways, jammed in between two boulders in the ground.
So Colin's jammed in between these two boulders under Club Dry, but yeah, so it's a little bit of a decline. So like here's the two trees, Club Dry, and then the decline's going, this way. I guess I should have, whatever. Colin's head is downhill in between two rocks. And I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of someone just going. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I looked down, and Colin is in the dirt, and his top half of his body is outside of the fucking tarp. So he's just, with his pillow, by the way, just getting rained on. Getting rained on. And he's shivering because he's cold.
And he's asleep, though. He is asleep. He's not there. He's not shivering, trying to fall asleep, actively being an idiot. He fell asleep half outside of Club Dry and just is blackout drunk enough to not wake up in that instance.
So I woke him up. I was like, Colin, you need to get under the tarp. Like, you're going to get hypothermia. And he's like, okay. So he just like kind of got up and just like switched sides. So it's like his feet were still out, but at least his head was in. Fuck. Good times.